Yeah.
And these memes were coming out like, aha, you thought you were going to be on there. That's not nice, but it's accurate as heck.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
accurate as heck. So, again, all these people, women, blacks, Latinx, like all of these groups that should have, if not supported the other candidate, at least, like we talked about last episode, held their noses and been like, oh my goodness, I'm really not feeling her, but I know this is going to be a disaster. All the people who chose not to do that, as long as I'm still here, because my future is just as uncertain as anybody else, this hue. But as long as I can, I will be popping popcorn, sitting back, and being highly entertained at how these people are being treated.
Mm-hmm.
Because wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. Now, you went out, you got kind of esoteric and everything talking about the Bible, and I appreciate that. But let's bring it in for those of us with really short attention spans. We got 10 commandments. If you're talking about Christianity, much respect to any other faith, because I, for one, know that Christianity is not the only valid faith on the planet. But let's stick there for a minute, because a lot of people who voted in our last presidential election tried to justify, if they were called on the carpet, their vote under Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got 10 commandments, right? We got all these different books. Just, boil it down. We got 10 commandments. Now, hold two candidates up, since y'all don't want to look at resumes, and I understand why. So let's don't look at resumes for the two primary candidates. Let's look at the 10 commandments. I'll wait. Like, however you look at it, there was one really, 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 really nonsensical choice. And you can look at resumes, and you can look at commandments.
Look at everything.
Right. You can look at criminal histories, like whatever you want to look at.
Age. Like they were talking about Biden. Biden was too old, but.
Whatever you want to look at, and it comes down to, like I said, fight me on it. But you're not going to have anything to come back. Because as an introvert, remember we talked about the intersectionality? Yeah, all I do is think. I'm talking a lot now. I probably won't say two more words the rest of the day. Because I think and I listen and I pay attention. And that's why I'm able to come back and share these observations.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
Yep.
So yeah, like I said, get your little notes together. Fight me on it. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's the whole situation is wild, and I think you see that even, it's not just a presidential election, it's not just, elections in general, but you see this just with, I think there was something I was reading talking about the rise of megachurches, and I think you saw it first with Joel Osteen, and you see it now just a lot of places, even in Middle Tennessee, there are so many, but...
Baker. There were some bakers back before your time. They may have had the first Falwell and bakers and everything. Okay. So Osteen is really kind of recent. Right, yeah. right.
So of my generation, these mega churches have been coming up. And I think you really see what religion is all about. And I think the thing at the bottom of the list, and people will say God first, Jesus first, and put that in their yards and on their Bibles or whatever. But you're seeing that's at the bottom of the list when we talk about actuality. And you can say this, a lot of people will have arguments, I'm sure you and I have, with our respective spouses. And we'll have these conversations, and what they say does not add up to their actions. And you're seeing that with these mega churches where people will go and basically go to the famous church because they like it and because it's fun, not because they're getting the word of God there more than anybody else, or they're getting Jesus in their heart more than anywhere else. They're going there because they like dressing up and going to church. They're going there because it makes them feel better. They don't actually live their lives as they should to be a good Christian. And that's what you saw with this presidential election, I think. And that's what you see with a lot of choices that are made when you talk about illegal immigrants and all of this stuff. Many of these people are coming here to escape death, to escape sickness, to escape poverty. And where you've never had to see that because you were born in the greatest country on earth, you think that this is supposed to be yours. And again, if you know your history,
you're an immigrant.
It's not supposed to be yours.
You're an immigrant.
Like, Exactly. If anybody's an immigrant, it's you. You're the worst because you came over here, took the stuff.
Kill people.
Yeah, and did everything under the sun. You spread sickness. You killed people.
But now
you got
it's
over
yours.
here. Yeah.
Now that's bullying personified, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna come, push you down, make you skin your knee, take your lunch. Now it's mine, and nobody's supposed to say anything.
Mm-hmm. And another thing too with that is the bullies. A lot of the time, you see this more in movies now, where people will go. The people who are being bullied will go to the bully, and it's like, oh, the bully has a terrible life at home. Their parents don't love them, and all this stuff. And usually this is children, but a lot of these children end up growing up to be the same child in an adult's body.
Sure.
And that's what you're seeing here with a lot of these elections. I've talked to a lot of people who voted for Trump who have talked to me for 20, 30 minutes about why they voted for him, and none of the stuff they say makes any logical sense if you look it up. It's like Trump was this, he's going to take care of that, he's going to lower this, he's going to get rid of this. And then when you look at the last time he was president, none of that shows that that should even occur. And I think you see the same thing with the wall. He couldn't even finish the wall. But then you have people who are also like,
he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Remember, Mexico was going to build it.
Oh, that's right. So this is really Mexico's fault. So why would we want any more immigrants in? They can't keep their promises. Not good for nothing.